My battalion departed for Iraq on the 5th anniversary of September 11th in 2006. We left Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and headed overseas. 2 days later, we're in the middle of Ramadi, Iraq, in a whole new world, and within 24 hours, we had had our first taste of combat. I definitely wasn't prepared. You have a preconceived notion of what war will be like, and as soon as it starts, all that goes out the window. The first 4 to 5 months in country, we experienced about 60 to 70 firefights a week. Different parts of the city, but every single day, normally right after a call to prayer. After about 6 months of being back, I was diagnosed with PTSD. It was hard being on base. There's various firearm ranges still going on, so you're still hearing gunfire every day and explosions, and it's just a constant reminder of everything you went through every single day. And you found different ways to try to deal with it, whether it was alcohol or drugs, and eventually seeking professional help and trying different mood inhibitors and antidepressants, and nothing just seemed to work. Over there, it was just stay alive, and when you come back, you're living with constant nightmares and reoccurring thoughts of violence and things you've seen and done. When I was overseas, I used to pray for safety and solely for safety. I didn't have a relationship with God. I didn't want to know God. I just wanted to make sure that He brought me home. And upon getting home, I grew angry with God because of the friends I lost and some of the things that happened overseas. And I still believed that there was a God. I just didn't want any part of Him. There was times I would lay in bed at night and I would pray to God for a woman that would bring me back to Him, because I knew that's where I belonged. And He answered that prayer with Ansley. When I met Ansley, it was great. I told her a couple weeks into dating that I was going to marry her one day. She laughed at me, but obviously I was right.
When I met Scott, I thought I was saved, but when I saw him and the troubles that he's been going through, I thought I need to get this boy to church. So we ended up at South Campus.
The first time we walked into South Campus, Jeremy Pelham walked up to me and shook my hand and said, "Hi, I'm Jeremy. Let's go to lunch this week." And from that point on, I've really had a close relationship with him, and he's helped bring me to the Lord and walk with me along the way.
After about a year of going to South Campus, we got engaged, and the obvious person to marry us was Jeremy. We started marriage counseling and really found our way to Christ through that.
Through our marriage counseling, I really grew closer to the Lord, and in that time I decided that I was going to completely devote my life to Jesus Christ.
The changes I saw in Scott through not only our marriage counseling, but just growing closer to God, was just a hopeful spirit, where even though he has PTSD, he still has a Savior that loves him, and there's hope for him.
I think one thing that's really helped me out spiritually is the men of South Campus. Guys like Jeremy Pelham, Brad Taunton, Jason Kimes are all guys that have really walked with me.
Without the women of South Campus, I wouldn't be a Christian. And I know tons of unsaved people, and I just want to let everybody hear the gospel.
Well, as a Christian, I have an awesome opportunity to share the gospel with others, whether it be military friends or people that I play softball with. Semper Fi is always faithful. It used to be strictly a Marine motto with me, always faithful to my brothers, but now I realize that it's God's motto to me, that He will always be faithful to me and love me.